And we begin tonight with the Fed and the increasing possibility that the central bank could lower interest rates later this year. At least that's what the markets are signaling right now. And it could affect everything from your mortgage to your auto loan to the amount of interest that you receive on your savings account. Steve Liesman takes a look now at the rapidly changing outlook for monetary policy.
Up until a few days ago, the idea of the Federal Reserve cutting rates was a minority view, believed to be a remote possibility for next year. Now the market has shifted dramatically, pricing in a rate cut maybe as soon as September of 2019. The Fed funds futures market, which bets on what the Fed will do in the months ahead, is now pricing in about a 50% chance of a quarter-point rate cut in September, and those odds rise to 64% by December. What happened? First, the Fed last week signaled lower interest rates than the market had expected. Second, some key economic data from overseas, already weak, came in even weaker than expected. And then, in the past few days, two Fed officials suggested rate cuts could be a possibility. Speaking in Hong Kong, Chicago Fed President Charles Evans said on Monday, quote, "If activity softens more than expected, or if inflation and inflation expectations run too low, then policy may have to be left on hold or perhaps even loosened." A rate cut would be a sharp reversal for a Fed that just hiked in December, and that move is increasingly criticized.
They made a mistake of raising it, and then they made a terrible mistake in the statement that came out that sort of implied they were going to keep on raising it in 2019, which they walked back immediately when the markets collapsed. But the move itself was a mistake. If they had known the long bond was 240 in March, they would have never raised it.
Has the market gone too far? It's worth remembering. At its meeting last week, the Fed emphasized it had shifted policy into neutral, neither leaning towards a hike nor a cut. The market has taken that a step further, taking the minority view of a cut and making it the odds-on bet for now. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Steve Liesman.